Hello and welcome to Queers Guild.
Hello.
Hey,
Uh,
folks.
Welcome to the second half of our Microscope playthrough. We are going
Woohoo.
to continue playing this wonderful game made by Ben
Half.
Robbins. Half. This it could be more. This is what we love this game, so we're probably gonna play it again at some point. So,
Part two of.
hmm. This is one of those games I think we're gonna keep in our back pocket, like whenever we're needing a game to do really quick.
Yes.
Just like let's just play
Yeah.
Microscope. Yeah.
Let's play Microscope.
Yeah, why not? Why not? It's just
Play Microscope.
okay. Let me pull up the stream metric. Okay.
Okay, enough jokes.
No more jokes. This is serious now. All right.
Yes, because we're so incredibly serious when we play these games.
Yep. Okay. So we ended last time. I think we got through like a turn
Yes.
last
Yeah.
time around. So I think I was the lens for the first one.
Indeed.
So the lens goes to the person to the left, and I was the lens. So I guess Moon. If we're doing it the way
Okay.
that it's on the stream.
Sure.
Okay. So you get to
Oh,
decide the
yes.
focus. So for those who are just joining us and who don't know what's going on, if you haven't watched our first episode, it's live on YouTube right now. Actually, I just uploaded that earlier today because I'm actually on top of things for once in my life. But so the lens, I'm giving you time. I'm giving you time to think, Moon.
I know, I'm thinking. I appreciate it.
So the lens is basically the person in charge of the this turn. So the lens gets to create a period. It gets to create two things instead of just one, like everyone else can. Um, they can so Moon can make a period, which is like a huge span of time. Z can make an event, which is a more specific event, and then or Z could do a scene in an event, which is a specific like actual moment by moment scene that we play out.
That is part of why we only got through one round last time.
I think
It
everyone
is.
of us did a scene. Yeah.
Yes. I am going to do. This game is so open-ended. Sometimes it stresses me out. My things have to be nesting, which is frustrating.
I mean, I don't think they
So I wanna
have
do-
to be.
Why not? That's what the rules said. Oh, two nested things if desired. You're right. Sweet. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to make is.
What's our focus?
Oh, right.
So like
Focus has to be something that's there.
Yeah. All the scenes have to have in common. The focus.
Right. Relating to the first dynasty slash end of the first dynasty in some way.
Oh,
Okay.
So first, I am going to put a scene sort of adjacent or under the fall of the Queen's Tower.
Okay. I will draw that second.
I'm trying to decide if I want to dictate a scene, play out the scene. We didn't really do any dictated scenes.
I think we did one dictated scene. No, we didn't.
Oh, the very end one.
No,
the
the very
dictated
end
scene
one.
about the
That was
I
legacy.
just an
tried, but
event.
Avery yelled at me.
Yeah, I was like, that's against the rules, and I
Oh
bang
yeah.
hammered
Um,
because I'm so mean, trying to get you to follow the rules.
no, but I don't have a firm idea of where I want the scene to go, so this is just going to be a played out scene.
Okay,
It is going to be
it's our question.
uh, the question is,
Right? Yeah, you asked the question first.
yeah, what were the political ramifications of the tower falling? Um, Required characters will be the queen and the queen's advisor. No banned
Okay.
characters. And the setup of the scene will be like post tower falling. What do we do now that the tower has fallen? Meeting.
Okay. Um. Hmm. Who do you want to be, Vico?
Um, Refresh my very bad memory. Did we have anyone other than the Queen as required characters?
And the Queen's advisor.
The queen's advisor.
The Queen's advisor.
Okay.
I want to be the advisor.
Okay. I'll be the Queen. I'm the only.
Gonna
I'm
leave
the
me
only.
with figuring out a third character.
Yeah.
The leader of the army.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot that there's a reason last week I pulled up fantasynamegenerator.com.
Ooh, yeah.
So then go around and
Oops, wrong one.
name, race, and pronouns for your character.
Right. So the Queen is going to be a long-lived race, a dwarf, and I won't do a funny accent for them because I'm not about that life. I am about that life, but
I'm getting so distracted. Focus, brain, focus. Ooh, I'm excited.
Um, okay, so the Queen is a dwarf.
yeah, I'm giving her a name right now. Writing it
Okay.
down with the pencil I have. Some of these names are interesting. Okay, I did not give the queen a name. Oh, I like this. Uh, Kim Volda Golden Jaw.
I like that.
Oh,
The Golden
Nice.
Jaw Dynasty. So,
intense.
yes. So she is a dwarf. So she's short in stature. She's got a really long, elegant. They call them the gold jaws because they're known for their blonde beards, like almost golden blonde beards. Um, and she has a long one as well, a nice long one that tapers off and down. It's beaded and braided with many different little objects and trinkets, all of, grand stature, of fine make, of beautiful gems, all that jazz. what does our Queen's
Nice.
advisor look like?
The Queen's advisor is um, not what they at first appear to be.
Okay.
I want to make
Intriguing.
the Queen's advisor be a character, be someone who is like actually a spy or an infiltrator.
Okay.
Ooh, I like it.
They're a changeling at the moment, and the Queen has only ever seen them as a dwarf, and everyone knows them as a dwarf, but they're not actually a dwarf. But currently, they are going by the name of Valden Iron Hand.
And you
They're
said
just
they?
about, yeah, they them, and they're just about the dwarfiest dwarf that ever did dwarf.
Okay.
They're like,
Amazing.
you know, when you see a guy and you just when you see a person, you're just like, that is the most average human being I have ever. Valden is currently that, but dwarf.
The Jared Kushner of dwarves.
Nice.
Yeah, the most normal dwarf.
Nice. So I'm staring
All
at a list of
middle
names,
slicers.
and I have like 4 of them that I really like. But the general is a minotaur.
Yes.
Hell yes.
Okay. Oh, there's so many good names. We'll go with Entikin. So Entikin, Valiant Runner. They are very large and very. They are known for their strategy and their ability to confuse the enemy through like using whatever terrain the battle is in to their advantage.
Nice.
Nice. They them pronouns?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So the scene will start.
Well, we have
I
to
guess
reveal
I
our
was about to
thoughts.
say in the tower, but nope, not in the tower because the tower just fell. Don't I set up this scene first?
Yes.
Technically, you set the stage first, and then we pick the characters, and then we reveal thoughts.
But that's not how we've been doing it, so. But yeah, set the stage.
I will say in the general's like tent has been sort of set up as a like temporary place since the tower just fell. So it's a nice tent, but not super fancy, obviously, because it has to be able to be taken down at a moment's notice. And like ready to travel. But it's fairly spacious. There's a nice table sort of set up with like maps and stuff. And okay, so now we do thoughts.
Yes. Valden is vacillating between like nice, cool, awesome, love it. Like genuine and also kind of annoyed because it's like I've been playing the long con. I've been slowly chipping away at the Queen's authority, etc., and then fucking Queen's Tower falls, and it's like, this is either going to make my job way easier or way harder.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't tell which one it is yet.
Indeed.
The queen is sort of. She's not like of these she's not like a typical like figurehead queen. She's very involved, and right now she is thinking about the next steps, um, what what to do, where to go, and who to trust. She is that sort of is in flux right now.
And I would say Entikin is very. They always have a very sort of focused energy about them. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Today, what is behind that focused energy is there's a threat that I cannot see, and I don't like that.
Okay. Scene's ready to go. The queen.
Uh,
I think we're sort of surrounded. We're sort of at the round table, so to speak, of the war table or whatever.
yeah.
And the queen is standing there. She's sort of huddled up in the clothes she could carry out with her, and these things she could carry out with her. Um, Material wealth is very important to dwarves, so she has as much as she can. Um, she looks at you, Entikin, and with a very stern face, she says, "Status report."
Entikin will sort of show on the maps. Um, we've had various infiltrators at this point and this point. We've been able to stave them off so far, but it seems that whoever it was that destroyed your tower has supporters. Right now we're doing fine, but until we can figure out who it is that is behind all this, it will be very difficult to make any long-term difference.
And the palace guards, how many survived?
We've got about 1.5 battalions left. It's taken its toll on everyone who's survived, but we're doing our best to stay focused and continue doing our jobs, Majesty.
Valden,
My liege.
who could have done this?
Valden, like, internally has this thought of, like, you have a lot of enemies, ma'am. That's a long list. Um, but doesn't, like, show it and just kind of quietly goes, the blue cloths may have.
They've been a thorn in our sides for years. Do you think they could have been organized enough to do this? Last we saw of them, they were scattered across the winds.
Or perhaps they only wanted us to think they were scattered. They're a wily bunch, it's why we haven't been able to completely eradicate them. But it may have been the silver stones.
Blue cloth, silver stones, colors and objects. Well, they got what they wanted. What do we do now?
That depends on what they wanted.
I
The tower
assume
is a symbol, but a symbol can be remade
yes, but
if
they'll
they
always
wanted.
know. They'll always know it's capable of falling.
We don't need to build a new tower. We just need to show that you haven't been demoralized by its loss.
She looks around at the very little things she has on her, and the looks out towards the exit where the rest of the royal family is huddled in another tent somewhere.
Well, yes, taxes will have to be raised.
And a retaliation. You think that's a good idea?
Not until we know for certain who's behind it. We attack the wrong group, it will only cause more political strife. I have some individuals who would be quite capable of infiltrating, finding out information, if that is something you would wish me to pursue.
Send them. Do as you will. You have my trust.
Sort of nod, bow, and take a piece of parchment out of a pocket and hand it off to someone to presumably, like they had pre-written a hey, you and you, this is your job now, sort of thing.
And when we do find the culprits, what shall be done?
Public execution is too much. Unless you think otherwise.
Sorry, who was that question directed at?
In general.
Okay.
It was she is eyeing Valden. She is eyeing them particularly.
Okay.
Valden is weighing uh, options here because, on the one hand, public execution plus raising taxes plus like a continuation of her lavish lifestyle would severely deplete goodwill toward the queen. But on the other hand, Valden doesn't want like people getting murdered. And instead just kind of stays silent on the subject.
Noted.
Stroking their beard.
Golden Jaw will remember this.
Noted.
No, I think we should take this in stride. Show the people who did this some mercy. Keep them imprisoned, of course. but let them live, so they know the grace of the Queen.
As you say, my liege.
As you say.
I sort of feel like that answered the question of political ramifications, because now we know there's spies going out and there's a spy right here and there's some sort of trouble brewing that caused the tower to fall. So I sort of feel like it. What am I trying to say?
It caused a lot of like times of trouble.
Yeah, yeah,
A lot of social unrest, I would say.
yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
All right. What order do we go? Each player. All right. So that's scene. You get to do another
Yes.
thing as the
I was
lens.
going to do a period after Reign of the First Dynasty of like words are hard. I guess just call it like political unrest.
A whole period of that?
Or like I I somehow I somehow want to convey that like magic has influenced politics and that caught people off guard. It's like you had the reign of the First Dynasty, which worked for a while, and then like people got more and more powerful. Because at least in my head, someone was able to take down the tower because of magic. But I don't know what to call it. Or like a political shift away from monarchy, or like people. What do I call it? Something about like people wanting, common people wanting more fight for. I'm really struggling with my words.
How about we just call it the troubled times?
Yeah.
And
Awesome, because that's super vague, which is great in this game.
is this a? I'm assuming this is a dark time, or is this a light time?
Again, it all depends on whose perspective you're looking at it from. I would say overall dark.
Okay. Okie doke. Those are your two things. So to the left of you is Vico.
It is me. It is my turn. Got a lot of dark periods and some light events, but a lot of dark periods.
Yeah. Oh, actually,
yes, we do.
Actually, we forgot to make we have two things that don't have a light or dark, which I forgot. The political ramifications of the tall tower, I'm assuming is dark.
Dark, yes. I would go with dark.
And the discovery of the writings of the three in blue from last time, I'm assuming that might be a light one.
Yeah, that's a light.
Boop.
Sorry, I'm a little distracted because apparently there's a virtual sheep and wool festival this weekend.
What? How did I not know about this? Sorry, that was probably really loud. My apologies to everyone watching. That is very exciting to me.
So that's what I'll be doing tomorrow.
Yes, please send me that link, Vika.
It's in the chat.
Sweet. I will successfully keep my attention on this game, though,
Okay.
Somehow.
by occupying my hands knitting.
Yes.
Okay.
That somehow was mostly meant for me because I'm a little bit like, ooh,
You can do it,
fiber.
Vika. This is what happens when you play games with neurodivergent people.
Here on Queers Guild, we love fiber.
We do. I think, but even though I'm the only person that doesn't
This
do
is my
anything with
hands
fiber.
fun. I am obsessed with this yarn. It is
What
so
are you making
soft.
out of it? What are you making out of it?
A
This is
cowl.
a complete time. Ooh.
Ooh.
So pretty.
When we move in together, you can access all of my fiber arts stuff, which
I don't
isn't
know
as big a collection as I
if I
want.
I don't know if I have the patience for it.
It's not about patience.
It's
I literally
never do
spin
it unless I'm
because
doing something else.
impatient.
Anyway, let's get back to the
Same
game. What are you putting in?
hat,
What are you putting in? What are you
What am
putting
I
in?
putting in?
This isn't fiber talk. Put in a fiber festival. Just kidding. Just
Fiber Talk, new podcast coming out soon. No. Maybe.
maybe. Stay tuned.
I want to make a period.
Okay. Before or after what?
I kind of want it to be after troubled times.
Okay. I can shift everything over. Hang on. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this. And I wanted to scooch.
Scoochie, scoochie, scooch.
Scooch. Scooch.
Oh, I just forgot what row I'm on.
Okay. And then after troubled times, there we go.
And this is a beans. It doesn't
What?
really fit the lens.
Oh,
Is that okay? Does it have to fit the lens?
I mean the focus.
The focus?
It sort of does. I mean, we didn't do it last time with the 3 and blue, but
I'm cool with exploring whatever, but
Great, because I have an actual light period to add.
I'm sure we can connect it somehow.
It's a period of experimentation and increasing knowledge and flourishing of magic.
So a magical renaissance, maybe?
Yes.
an actual good thing in this timeline.
Yeah. It's a period of general prosperity as well because, people are just really gung-ho about magic. I guess
Nice.
the way we could tie it into... Because the fall of the First Dynasty, was that the focus? I forget the exact wording.
The dynasty in general was
It's
focus.
building off of... They built off of some of the building blocks that were put forth during the dynasty.
Maybe it's the same country.
Yeah.
Different ruler.
And also the writings of the 3 in blue. The ones that aren't just their personal journals.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
I think
That's me.
That's you. Okay. I will do an event within this magical renaissance.
Stop that.
Let's see. Yeah. Okay, here's where I'm gonna apply some of the what?
That laugh just all of a sudden made me feel very worried about what you're going to do.
You've played too much with me as GM, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I was gonna pull from one of the yes categories, and it's not murder.
Go for it. Go for
Um,
it. That's why the list is there.
Space travel. The first.
Yes.
Yay!
The first expedition. If I could spell expedition right.
I just had a really
To
good idea.
the moon. If this planet has more than one moon.
To a moon. Not the one on this show.
Yes, it's a different
So
moon.
this one is my favorite moon.
Aw, thanks.
This is a light period.
Yes.
Thank goodness, these people are finally getting some good times in their lives.
Yeah, these people have
So
had
much
like a
darkness on
lot
this
of
timeline.
shit.
The darkest
Um,
timeline.
Cool.
So this basically, this is a. Let me describe
If given
it.
free reign, I could go very dark.
So this is the first expedition done by the one of this is actually okay. So in my head, and this can be changed because I'm fine with it being changed, but some descendant of the Golden Jaw becomes sort of a philanthropist. They may have been deposed as rulers, but there's still some money there, and has funded and maybe is actively manning this first magical mission to the moon. Magical
Yeah, I'll
mission
allow
to the
it.
moon. New episodes. Something.
That
Magical mission to the moon
sounds
is
like a that
very
sounds
good
like a
podcast.
like middle school like adventure book in my head.
I'd read that.
Sounds like a magic
So would
tree
I.
book.
Yes, that's what I was
A magic
all
what
along
book?
I was thinking.
Magic Treehouse.
Yes, Magic Tree House.
My niece
Love
just got into Magic Treehouse, and it is delighting
Oh,
me
it's
no
so
end to
good.
revisit those books.
Yes.
You know what I would love? This is complete tangent. I would love to play a TTRPG based on Magic Tree House.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Audience, if we have any people who make TTRPGs in the audience, if you whip one of those up for us, we will play it on
Oh.
stream.
Play the hell out of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So there's my magical mission to
Anyway,
the
back
moon.
to this game.
There's my magical mission to the
You're
moon.
all over the
Right,
place.
back to the game we're
Awesome.
actually playing.
So after the
So
focus is finished, we examine legacies.
I get one more turn, do I not?
Oh, that's true. You get one to end it out. That's right. Sorry.
I have this
Everyone's
idea
so
in my
excited.
head for this timeline, and I don't know how to format it in the format of this game. And it is frustrating me no end. I guess it would be an event under Magical Renaissance
Okay.
of a group of like magical elite established living on one of the moons.
This is some Elon Musk shit.
I was literally trying to avoid saying that name because it fills you with such vitriol.
It's such a bad name.
I have a soapbox that I will not get on right
It's
now.
a Terry Pratchett character name.
Queer
You know-
Queer Girl, we don't like Elon Musk. If you're Elon Musk and you're watching, get out.
If you're Elon
Pay
Musk
me
and you're watching, how the hell did you find us? Please give us
$20,000.
money.
Give me
Give
one
me
bill
$20,000.
right now. All right.
Okay.
So
Anyway.
magical colony on the moon.
Yes. It's a nice, succinct way to put that.
Is this a light event?
Yes, I think
Okay.
so.
Tell me more about it.
Basically, it was a bunch of people who were like, we don't like the politics of our world. We just want a quiet space to study, and people keep bothering us. So we're going to go somewhere where people can't bother us anymore.
Oh my god, I love that.
And so they landed on a moon.
All the premier cutting edge research is coming out of this moon colony where people went to be alone, and you only ever
They
hear
just
about
wanted
them
freaking peace and quiet.
when they send back their research.
We have achieved space wizards on the moon.
Exactly. We have definitely just achieved space wizards, and I am immensely happy about this.
We can stop playing now. We have space wizards.
We have
Everybody
space
stop.
wizards.
Everyone go home.
Space wizards. That is all we needed to accomplish.
Going for 50 minutes, that's fine. Yeah. No. So you can do a nested so you can do a nested one. You could do another one if you want to do a scene in this colony, or you don't have to.
I mean, I sort of feel like if I were to do a scene, it would just be, I'm grumpy, I want to be somewhere where people won't bother me. Let's go to the moon. And that's the end of the scene.
You can
So
make
I
a
think I'm
dictated
good.
scene. Make a dictated scene.
Yes, we'll dictate a scene. So it is in sort of your stereotypical, like, oh wait, I have to ask a question first.
Yes.
Um,
Actually, check please. Ah.
Oops, I keep pushing the wrong button. Where is I lost my cheat sheet. There it is. What does it talk about dictating the scene? Why can I not find it?
So basically you just ask the question and then you say what happens.
Okay. So I guess the question would be, where do we find some peace and quiet? And it's, for some reason, this playing out in my head is all like very stereotypical, like wizard's tower that is super complicated to get into, and only the person who owns the tower knows how to get into it without risk of death or entrapment. But there's this like meeting of, I guess they would be like a wizard's guild. And they're talking about how they feel like they are being used by the political machinations of the land and how frustrating it is. And it's just sort of a debate of like, well, what are we going to do about it? We're super powerful, but also we don't really care about politics. And I will say one of the people in the Wizards Guild also worked very closely on the first expedition to the moon. It's like has all these connections and is basically like, well, I have an idea. We could just set up our own place and be far enough away that nobody can bother us. And so they all went to the moon.
Yay. So this is a light scene.
Yes.
Okay.
Fly me to the moon.
Let me kick its fucking ass.
I really want a moon jujitsu shirt. And then how do the legacies work?
So legacies, so a player to the right of the current lens, which will be me. No, yes,
You.
me.
Yes. You.
Picks something that appeared during this last focus and makes it a legacy.
Right.
So I want to make the Queen's Tower a legacy because I think I want to explore that more. Even though I'm a big
Okay.
fan of
Space Wizards!
Space Wizards.
Sweet wizards.
Okay.
So
Explore
that you get to do a thing there.
Same player creates an event or dictated scene that relates to one of the legacies. Actually, let me.
So it could be either of them, right?
Yeah, so we have two of them.
Right.
And they are. It's Enwyn, right?
Yes.
Enwyn and the Queen's Tower. There we go. Okay. I will do an event before the discovery of the Queen's the discovery of the writings of the Three in Blue and the uh, fall of the Queen's Tower. I'm gonna hang on. I'm gonna shrink these. Zoop.
I can't wait for us to get to play in person, and then we can use note cards and shit
Right?
on a table.
That'll be fun.
Gasp. Actually playing RPGs in person? What is that? That sounds
What?
fake.
It's not like we're all
I'm just kidding.
vaccinated or anything.
No, I was more saying I have literally never done that because I've never lived close enough to any of my RPG friends.
That's
oh my god,
true.
soon.
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 Gosh, playing D&D with people in the same
Oh
room.
my gosh.
It's so good.
I miss it.
Getting to roll dice.
Just
in front of other
done that
people.
being in the same
college.
room as people.
Being in the same room as people in general. It's going to be great. Anyway, welcome
Yeah.
to commiserating about the pandemic with Avery, Vico, and Moon.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's this event called the Construction of the Tower,
Cool.
Nice.
where they use this is a dark period because I think we've been doing too many light periods lately.
Look at the ratio that we have.
It's
What
almost
are you
1 to 1.
talking about?
It's almost 1 to 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1,
Oh, I
2,
guess
3,
if you include
4,
all
5,
the little
6,
ones.
7. We actually
I was
have
just
more
looking at
light
the big
than-
ones.
Yeah, but only in events and scenes. Most of our periods are overall dark.
But make a dark scene because it's your turn.
Do it. Yeah, we haven't done that yet.
Yeah, you don't have any input. Okay.
Doesn't
So
mean
this
we
is
can't
No
thoughts.
no input. You have thoughts, but no, it doesn't matter. Only I matter, which is very true for everyone who knows me, that I'm the most important at all times. Anyway, the construction of the tower is a dark event because they used a lot of unethical practices to make this darn thing. Lots of, let's say, not exactly willing labor, and some, let's see, lots of magic was used in creating it. It was a magical tower that sort of floated in certain places above the city, so that everyone can see it.
Oh, she was one of those queens.
Yeah, she was a voyeur. Not a lawyer, captions. A voyeur.
Oh, captions.
Not the right spelling, but close enough.
Auto captions.
They're trying their best. So this tower was built using lots of unethical practices and was generally just a marked stain on the the beginning of this queen's reign. She built it in her time, and it fell in her time. So, shame.
Is it one of those, like, the bones of the workers are interred within the walls?
Sure, yeah, why not?
That's
good.
dark, Vico.
That's the Great Wall of China.
I know. That doesn't change the fact that it's dark.
It's history.
I like that idea. So
That still doesn't change the fact that it's dark. I know it actually happened.
that's history. All right. So next,
I just want people to know that I'm not, like, plucking this idea from the aether.
Fair.
so the player to the
That
left
is
of the lens
actual
then
Vader's
becomes the
history.
new lens and picks a focus. Start again from step 1.
It goes much faster when we're not
All
all
doing
doing
scenes.
scenes, it
Yeah.
turns out. But scenes are fun.
They are.
So Vico, you
Vico's
are the new
computer
lens. Give us a
Me.
focus.
Give us a focus. Focus is progress.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
I go first, right then? Or no,
No,
you go
Vico
first.
goes first.
I don't know why I keep thinking
I
you
go
go
Or
first.
do 1 or 2.
So you could do one scene or something nested in another.
Event.
Okay. Where?
In magic turns the people into gods.
Ooh, okay.
We've been avoiding the 2 bookends.
That's very true.
Oh, we really have.
No, wait. Better idea. Event in people kill their gods. Or does that go against
I feel like that doesn't match progress. Although, no, I guess them killing their gods was
Is progress.
progress. Yeah, go for it.
What do you think it goes against?
Moon said no to topics involving the old pantheon.
Oh.
That's true.
But I think talking about the event, like this occurred in our history.
Yeah, it can be an event in.
I was more trying to get away from, like, after that period, like, having any whole big, huge, like, discussion of the old gods, because I wanted it to be like, they killed the gods, period, end of gods. Let's not talk about it anymore. So,
Yeah, I get
go
that.
for it.
All right. So event in killing the gods.
Okay.
My brain just keeps going back to, like, dealing with the corpses of the gods.
Go for it.
Totally. You want that to happen?
Yeah. I think it's a dark event because corpses is kind of grim. And god corpses are, like, not like human corpses, so there's a bunch of weird metaphysical non-Euclidean magic bullshit.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to do a scene in that, or is you just
I
want to
do.
Okay.
I do.
I'm excited for this.
The question is,
That was a great sound.
yeah. The question is now, like, now that the gods are dead and we are literally standing on their corpses, where do we go from here?
All right. Any required characters?
Um,
Named characters?
I would say, like, not anyone specific, but generally I would prefer if the characters were either people who had been part of the groups that directly murdered the gods or are part of the, like, groups that are cleaning up the corpses,
Right.
which entails more than just, like, sanitary workers, but it's like a
Right.
whole fucking, you need a whole dungeon delving D&D party.
Right.
Do you?
I might honestly just snag one of my D&D characters that I've never played.
Well, this is before magic makes itself known too.
Oh, I know. My D&D character is not a magic user.
Okay.
I have a thing about playing magic users.
And I think this scene
Way too
takes
complicated.
place literally like the characters are standing on or near one of the gods' corpses and are in the process of neutralizing it.
Right.
And they're kind of like shooting the shit.
So, I would like to play. Unless there's anything else that you want to set the stage for.
Nope, that was it.
Okay. I would like to play the person that got the killing blow on this one particular god.
Yes.
Do you have more information about them?
Oh. Yeah, let me pull up a name generator. 1 second.
FantasyNameGenerators.com, best name generators this ever. I owe them
Please
98% of my NPC names.
It is one
Yes.
person doing all of
Yes.
that, and she
A
deserves
Good
single
it.
call.
person.
Good call. And the variety is incredible.
Her name is going to be Ere.
All right.
She, her, as most of my characters are wont to do. We don't have many humans, so let's have a human. Okay, that's my character. She is, I think kind of the typical folk hero archetype. She maybe is like the archetypal folk hero. She grew up under the thumb of the gods, as a nobody, and then joined the ranks in the fight, and managed to get the killing blow, and she is sort of riding that high.
Nice. I'm also going to play a human, she, her. Her name is Alexandrina, but she hates that name. It's way too femme. She is super tomboyish. So she goes by Zan. Ran away from the circus to join the adventuring party that was going to kill the gods because she just saw all of the hurting people in the world, and if we have gods, why are they not doing anything to help all these masses of people? So that was her motivation for running away from the circus to join an adventuring party.
I'm gonna quit the circus to kill God. That's quite a nice backstory.
Yep.
You're like doing some juggling, and you're like, hang on, this sucks. I'm gonna go kill God.
No, sorry, I should have clarified. So in the circus, she was the gunslinger.
Oh, okay.
So, like, super
guns.
sharp shot, super familiar with weapons, like, knows how to hold her own in a fight. It wasn't
Probably
like,
also knows how to juggle. Probably
I'm a
also knows how to
clown!
juggle.
Yes.
Probably
So
also
that
knows
is
how to
I
juggle.
think a clown could fuck someone up in a fight.
Okay, fine, good point.
Yeah, they're just juggling and they go, psh. They talk about chainsaws or something. He goes, yeah.
So I was gonna say, if you're juggling knives, I mean, whoops, there goes my knife right into your face.
We're doing great so far.
I always I have been obsessed with the circus for as long as I can remember, and as a kid wanted to run away and join the circus.
Oh. Okay. Vico, what are you gonna pick?
I am gonna round us out with humans whose names start with A,
Okay.
and this is a character who is only known as Abbott.
Awesome.
Hey, how about... Okay.
And
Very select few people understand that joke.
I am one of them.
I'm not.
We'll have to watch some Abbott and Costello. How did we get to Abbott and Costello?
I have no idea how we got here.
Okay, you know who's on first. I just want to make sure Vico understands this. That's them.
I understand. I know who's
Okay.
on first. Okay.
I'm very glad you know who's on first. I would have strong feelings if you did not know that.
I'm on first.
Anyway, we are all over the place.
I know what bit you're talking about. I just wanted to be an ass about it. Anyway, Abbott is a Fae Fair.
Okay.
And is a former priest.
Human?
Yes. And is not necessarily disillusioned. It's sort of like Faye doesn't really care about what came before because, like, for all, however much Faye might have believed in the gods prior to this, they're dead now. So Faye is just making the best of it. Gallows humor, kind of asshole. No one knows Fair real name. But is, and people aren't generally comfortable with Fair because former priest.
Yeah, like ooh,
Whoops, we just killed the gods.
But Faye is kind of necessary to the process of cleaning up the corpses because there's like a corpse of a divine being is some hanky shit.
Is there a religious rite for burying the gods?
Abbott is gonna make one up. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess we start the scene.
Oh, we have to reveal thoughts first.
Oh, right.
I think I said before that Are is really riding the high, so she of killing a god. So she is feeling she's getting a lot of attention, and that's really great for her. So she's really, really pumped up and really happy. And right now, I think she's at the location where she's with the god dead because she wants to like get a trophy or something.
Loot the body. Oh gosh, I just went down a bunny trail in my mind of what loot would I put on a dead god? Anyway.
Probably a magic item or two.
I think Zan is sort of Zan was very idealistic when they started this adventure. Also, apparently, it's whatever pronouns. Because, sometimes characters randomly change their pronouns on me. And after, like, the actual fight, she's just sort of, like... There's a little bit of, like, I miss my family. I want to go home. except I'm so different. I don't think I'll be able to go back to that life
Aw.
because, wow, this was not what I expected, and I'm a completely different person now.
An understandable feeling after killing the gods.
There's, I never self-insert into characters. I have no idea what you're talking about.
And Vico, what is Abbott's?
Abbott thrives on everyone's discomfort. Like,
That's amazing.
um, Faye is in a situation where everything Faye devoted Fair Life to before this has literally been murdered. Um, and now Faye is viewed with suspicion and some hatred, but also like grudging respect. And Faye's just here to be an asshole about it.
So it's not really dark humor or like gallows humor. It's more like pure absurdist, like
Yeah,
just like everything like almost nihilism.
yeah. Abbott went did a full 180 from being like altar boy type, uh, like goody two shoes, praise the Lord, um, and bless your soul type shit, and is now full on like nothing in life matters. The gods are dead, and we soon will be too. Hell yeah, eat dirt.
All right.
Okay. Um, Array approaches the fallen corpse of this god. How big are we talking? Are we talking like a
Landmass sized.
landmass
Oh,
size? Okay.
Not like continent, but like a fairly large island, Iceland-ish.
all right.
Okay. Still not small. So,
That's
Yeah.
big.
about the, you're like not that big, about the size of Rhode Island.
Not that.
What?
Just Iceland sized.
Like it's a landmass unto itself. There's an ecosystem going on.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Destabilized now that the god is dead, but like
Right.
which is part of the problem.
So Array will climb the arm, the fallen shoulder of the god, as she goes in search of a trophy, and I guess I don't know. We'll run into one of you two.
I think Dan is probably doing the sort of not quite shell shocked, but sort of shell shocked, sitting there looking at this god that no longer is alive. So probably like at the top of the shoulder. Just come across her, just sort of sitting there, like staring
Yeah,
into
she's
space.
Array's trying to climb, and like she's having a little bit of struggle, and she's like, "Hey, can you come help me out here?"
Oh, sorry. Yes, of course. And we'll like
Okay.
toss down an arm and
Ah,
lift you up.
thank you kindly.
Of course.
You up here for the spoils too, or
Uh, it's just sort of sitting and thinking. But I
I
wouldn't
think I'm
mind some
gonna
spoils.
I think I'm gonna check out the teeth. Might be a good tooth out there, or maybe a oh, cut some of the hair. I'm not really sure.
It's a bit overwhelming to know what might be valuable and what might not be. There's certainly a lot of it.
Yeah, plenty to go around. That's for sure. But I think they're letting me get the first pick, because of the whole
Of course, as you
kind
should.
of, yeah, kind of thing. Yeah.
And then, like, over the hill that is the shoulder blade comes, like, I guess there's a little bit of a group of, like, people with sacks and salt, like, containers of salt and no longer holy water and whatever. And at the front is Abbott with, like, an axe sitting on Fair Shoulder, and it's like, you two the replacements
Placements for what?
for Denna and Larry. You know, the cleanup crew. Y'all, come on.
Cleanup crew? I'm the one who killed this damn thing. You expect me to clean it too?
Oh, that was you?
Yeah.
Cool. Get off if you're not working.
I still need to get my spoils though.
No spoils. We're not in the business of spoils. Who knows what this thing can do if we...
We know what it does. It's been harping on us for years. We know what it
Okay,
can
but
do.
now it's dead, and it's gonna start doing other stuff, you know, poisoning the water, mutating the crops, speaking in tongues, and making your cat decide to kill you in the night.
I think that's just cats. in
Zan
general.
just raises an eyebrow. Just the faintest little bit of a smirk at the corner of her mouth.
Rising from the dead again. I don't know. Like,
I thought all that stuff is done now because, you know, we. You're saying that it does
Zan-
still happen? Or.
Zan just turns her head and says, "Have you never seen a dead body decompose before?" Sort of gestures to the massive ecosystem inhabiting a now dead body.
Can't say I, tend to stick around to watch it for that long.
If you destroy an ecosystem, it's going to impact all of the ecosystems around it.
Are you like a
There are people that-
biologist or something?
I've seen a fair bit of the world.
Right?
I'm
Abba
curious.
kind
I
of-
like to study.
Abbott kind of says over their shoulder, y'all go on ahead. Avoid any more shiny blue shit. We don't want a repeat of what happened with Larry. All right?
Oh, you mean
Toodles.
this
Blue shit.
shiny blue shit?
Don't lick anything.
No.
You mean this shiny blue
All right.
shit?
Did Larry lick the mineral samples?
No, that was Denna. Or if you do lick it, tell me what it tastes like. Peace. Like the whole other group aside from Abbott are all like, they're not even paying attention. They're like, this guy again, and they're just like walking.
Yep.
Like, and Abbott comes over to you two. Like, so you're not here to help with the cleanup. And
I
now that
can
they're
if you need me.
great, and while Faye is rummaging around in like pockets and stuff, this necklace with a holy symbol kind of falls out of their collar.
You you still sport that thing.
Been wearing it a long time. It's,
You sure you're not one of those
They
people
took
who
it.
are all sort of upset about this whole deal?
that's a lot of. Look, it's nothing, you know. I just got sent to a monastery when I was 5. Spent my entire life learning the prayers, the rites, the rules, the holy books. the names, lots of names. Training, got inducted as a priest, spent 10 years of my life doing that. And then the gods get, murdered, killed.
I wasn't
Sure,
expecting a
sure,
whole
it's fine. It's whatever.
life
It's
story
fine.
or anything like that. I can do mine if you want.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure there'll be bards singing about it in every tavern from here to hell. Uh, so
Which one?
I'll hear it.
All of them.
Yeah, not this one. Um,
Not this current hell
So-
we're in. Sorry.
so here's the deal, like, of why you can't just be poking around up here. So the thing that we've discovered is that when a god's body decomposes, it kind of becomes hell.
Like an actual
Uh,
hell. What if they were a bad god? Does it become good?
no,
Or there
Do
were
not
no
think that's how that works.
good gods? I don't even
it's
know if there are any
not
good
not
gods.
like literal hell where the spirits of the damned go. Yeah, fuck. Who even knows what's gonna happen with it's it's a mess. There's plumes of smoke. There's fucking creatures we've never seen before crawling up out of the skin pores. Um, the hair keeps trying to strangle people. There's weird shiny blue shit that like um whatever happened to Larry? Man, Larry. I don't know how I'm gonna explain that one to his family. Um and there's a cornfield a couple miles yonder. All of the corn screams now. Like I don't know what to like. So if you're not here to help us, if you're not here to help us with the screaming corn, which I don't know what the good book says about screaming corn, then you all gotta get out of here. Before I have to figure out how to do last rites in a
So-
land without gods anymore.
So you're telling me that this screaming chord must be an earful.
Wow!
Get-
I don't even know how to. I totally just broke character, but that was an impressive pun.
Abba laughs in spite of herself and is then just like, get off my corpse, man.
Oh, come on. Can I at least cut a hair or something? I know it tries to
If you-
strangle you, but like,
If you can do it without chipping your knife, then sure, but take and starts rummaging again and finally like pulls out what looks like a pocket Bible and just tosses it. Like, didn't realize I still had that. Whoop! And rummages and pulls out like another canister of salt and hands it to you. And like, we're finding that works pretty well to like shut shit down.
cool. I'll do that. Thanks. I
Don't lick
guess,
anything.
Anything. I love how Faye just assumes that everyone will lick everything.
no promises. What do you you wanna help? There, or do you wanna?
Not-
What are you doing?
I don't know what good my bullets will do against it, but well, I'm willing to give anything a try.
Well, some of the screaming corn has grown legs and rage, so
It's like the most terrifying D&D encounter in existence.
so if you can, I don't know if they've got brains yet.
Don't want to think about that.
I don't want them to have brain. Look, this is not what back when I was in training at the monastery as a wee little bastard, this was not what I expected when the head honcho talked about miracles. Interesting times.
For sure.
You got a knife, you got axe, sword,
I got the
cutting
big old...
implements. We are
big-
chopping this thing into as small
just
pieces
sort
as
of
we can.
pats the massive bad news style gun on their back. I could probably help with the chopping with this. It'll need to be a little jagged around the edges, but get the
Doesn't have to
job
be
done.
pretty.
So what are you
Hi,
gonna do with
Oliver
it?
cameo.
Oliver.
Well, we're not eating it. That's for damn sure. Um, Hi. We are gonna bury it in the salt mines.
All right, well, let me get chopping and I'll let you to it. I think that answers the question.
So
Kind of.
we
Yeah.
dissect
Buried it.
the
I just want to write an entire book series about the people who have to come in and clean up after, like,
I
after
love
the
this
death.
so much, and I would read that in a heartbeat.
Okay.
What?
There we go. So was this light or dark?
Kind
Yeah.
of dark in a way. It's a period where no one knows what's gonna happen next. Everyone, like, they've killed the gods, but now that has caused, like, worse ecological distress, which probably leads into the agricultural disparity.
Mm-hmm. Because all the corn has all of a sudden grown legs and vocal cords.
And rage.
Terrifying.
Evil corn.
How
I don't
funny.
do well with objects gaining sentience that aren't supposed to have sentience.
That's how
I'm sorry.
fucking funny it was.
No, it's not like a serious thing. I just ugh.
How fucking funny the corn.
Lauren started screaming. Hey,
Hi, Oliver. Let's take
Get
a
on
moment to
camera.
appreciate Oliver.
You're so cute. Hi.
Okay, so we go around the table to the left. So me. I go now.
Yes.
It's my turn. It's my hole. It was made for me.
That is, by the way, the vaguely Eastern European is the only accent I can do and hold for more than like 0.2 seconds.
I do a horrible Russian accent.
You do horrible Russian accent.
Note I did not call it Russian. I called it vaguely Eastern European for a reason.
Loved it.
Okay. So what was our focus again? It was
Progress.
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 Baby. He's so fucking cute.
I
Hi.
want to do an event at the end.
Okay.
At the very end.
Hell yeah.
And this one's going to be the first god.
Yes.
So, sorry, voice crack. Hi, Oliver. Look how sweet he
I'm
is.
sorry. He's right here. He's purring. He's so cute. His little head is the perfect size for smooching.
Oh, I cannot wait to smooch him!
It's a wonderful experience that I think every person on Earth should have at some point. Just right between his little ears.
Very good. Okay. So, this is about the first person to become a god. and this sort of kicks off a chain reaction of suddenly, oh, this person figured out how to be a god. They use like it's a mix of technology and magical ability to basically make themselves immortal and gain this level of power that is a step beyond comprehension, and they just sort of ascend into godhood. And then people quickly figure out, hey, we could do that too, and it just sort of kicks off a chain reaction. So that's that. So I'm gonna say this is I want to say it's a light period because it's like this. Oh, suddenly new. This is something new that we're all figuring out. Like we've sort of peaked as a society. We're starting to become gods now. So I want to say it's a light thing, even though the period as a whole is dark.
All right.
Baby.
Okay, that is my turn. Moon, you're up.
I'm going to do an event in the last period, but before the first god.
Okay. Oh.
And I am so bad at coming up with like succinct names for things.
Just tell us the long version and we'll like spitball a shorter title for it.
So the long version is that the mages who went to live on the moon eventually like took on a mythical status on the
Moon mages.
base planet, and like people started to like almost started to like hero worship them, which then gave one of them the idea to start like trying to figure out if like becoming immortal was a possibility. And that's what sort of started the like, how do we become gods?
Moon mage experiments with immortality.
Yes.
That sounds like a
I like
fucking
that.
newspaper article. Local moon mage experiments with immortality.
Read all about how it goes wrong for 5
What happens
cents.
next will surprise you.
Hi.
Hi.
I think it's light.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Bam.
This little creature. He's
Look
so
at him.
handsome.
You're up again, Pico.
It is me.
Nope, that's not what I wanted to do.
It is me.
It is.
Oliver, do you want a turn, little baby?
Oliver. Hey.
40. I
No.
need to move my body.
Ba 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 ba.
Oh, Oliver.
Oh,
Oh, big stretch.
I want to do an event set in the troubled times period.
Okay.
And it is peace talks.
Ooh. Tell us
And
more.
it is a light event. It's a bunch of the more politically powerful individuals and groups get together and like start to hammer out, like after all of this like upheaval and governments attempting and then failing and then building and then failing over and over again. A bunch of groups kind of get together and sort of hammer out like this is what the rules are.
Mm-hmm.
These are our rules now. And we're gonna abide by them because we want this to stop. And it sort of works, and it sort of doesn't, and it changes over the years. Um, and it takes forever to like agree on the rules in the first place. But eventually they get it done, and it's sort of the segue point from troubled times into the magical renaissance.
Cool.
Cool.
Do you want to do a nested scene in that, or do you?
No.
No. Will you elaborate on that? No.
Fair enough.
I don't
Fair
have
enough.
any ideas for a scene.
Okay, that's fine.
Oliver, you're
Okay.
so cute.
So the focus is finished. We examine legacies. Player to the right, so Moon, gets to make something that we did in this last focus a memory. Not a memory, a legacy. There we go.
The ball of yarn ran away. I will go with
While Moon's thinking, everybody look at Oliver.
Look at him.
Oh, good. That takes pressure off of me. I
His
will
nose is
go
right here.
with making the come on, brain. Wow, it's just got really hard.
No sec.
All right, I think I'm back. I will make the peace talks a legacy.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So you get to make an event or a dictated scene that relates to one of legacies. So it doesn't have to be the legacy you just made.
Right. I will do a dictated scene under Expedition to the Moon.
Yes.
Okay.
And it is going to relate to the legacy of Enwin.
Yes.
Ooh.
And the question that I will answer is, how do I put this in the form of a question? What was Enwin's perspective on the whole thing? And I think one day the camera pans into a lovely little cottage in the woods, and Enwin is sitting there like in a rocking chair and has a journal and is sort of journaling. And there is a certain amount of excitement, but also a certain amount of trepidation because she has lived so long and seen sort of this ebb and flow of like political unrest. People did something about it by killing their gods, which led to this really terrible time. And then magic came into her life, and came into the lives of others who had no idea what to do with it, which caused unrest. And then it was good for a while, and there was prosperity, but then sort of the ebb and flow of like everything that has happened over the past however many thousands of years. And she is very like excited by the thought of space travel, but it keeps taking her back to the day that she met the men in blue, or the people in blue, whatever they were called, the three in blue.
Three in blue.
And that whole illusion, like that was the first, like she keeps asking herself, like, these things have to be connected. Like, why was that illusion what it was? And she has never found an answer to what happened to the third person in blue. And it's always sort of bothered her. And like, she just doesn't trust this whole expedition to the moon thing. But it's hard to not get caught up in the excitement.
That's true. So, would you say this is a light scene or a dark scene?
Can it be gray?
No.
I know. I don't know.
Is it so? It's bittersweet. Is it heavier on the sweet or the bitter?
I know. I guess it's dark.
Oh, okay.
But it's not really. I don't know. I feel like the sense of foreboding that she has is why I'm leaning towards dark.
Okay.
Yeah. Like that.
Cool. Okay. The player to the left of the lens then becomes the new lens. So,
That would be
I
you.
think, yeah, but I think we're getting close to 2 hours. So I think this is a good stopping point.
Yes.
Um, yeah. Wow. We got a lot more done in this one.
Yeah,
than we did last time.
we got into a
indeed.
roll.
Yeah, we did. So thank you to Ben Robbins for making this wonderful game. You can find this game at lamemage.com, which I think is a great place. There's other games that he has made. There's actually an expansion for Microscope, which we might check out. So,
Ooh.
I did not know this.
yeah.
I am intrigued.
So, thank you to everyone who is watching. Thank you for tuning in, for joining us on this wonderful little adventure we went on. Thank you so much to our Patreon supporters for your wonderful support. You can join us at Queers Guild on Patreon. You can find us on Twitter, that's the only social media we have right now. Yeah.
We're also on YouTube, where you can watch our
We are also on YouTube, yes.
TTRPG episodes, including Stars I Shall Find. And we have started uploading our video game streams to it as well.
Yeah, because, video games are fun too. So,
Baby.
there he goes.
Come back. No.
Oliver is left. That means the show's over.
Join
That's
us
it.
tomorrow. We'll be streaming probably Valheim, probably trying to kill the bone mass.
Maybe. That'll be fun. Yeah.
Also,
Join us.
Monday.
maybe having to get my stuff back from
Yeah,
Oh,
that's true.
yeah.
Political
that
Planes
too.
and having the Duskinos chase me, which I didn't know they could do.
Yeah, they do that.
Whoops.
What do you do Monday?
Probably either Genshin Impact or Final Fantasy XIV, because I discovered that it is, in fact, illegal to read a book that is
Oh no.
still, like, in print on the stream. So I cannot read Warbreaker to you, which is unfortunate, but I think everyone should read it anyway. It's free on Brandon Sanderson's website. And it's good.
Yeah, do that.
And you will be annoyed at the end because he's not writing the sequel until he's done with the Stormlight Archives, which I think is currently on book 4 of a planned 10.
Jeesh.
Oh dear.
Yikes.
So,
Wow.
That's
Well.
annoying.
Yeah. And then, what's happening Tuesday, Vico?
next episode of Stars I Shall Find, our actual play Star Trek Adventures, game, which is the light and joy of my life. Avery DMs. Moon and I
love
are
it so
two of the
much.
5 players. We're joined by 3 of our friends.
It's pretty great.
We have a lot of fun. Avery always crafts some really interesting scenarios for us.
Yeah, I make a bunch of baddies that you'll either befriend or like hate
We
vehemently.
couldn't get our spaceship. Darn it.
So,
And yeah, that's
That'd be great.
that's our schedule, and we'll be back here next week with another TTRPG, possibly with a special guest. We'll see.
Indeed.
Yeah.
we will and then we'll be off for 2 weeks.
Yeah, we'll talk about
Yes.
it when we get when that gets closer. But we will be
Yeah.
taking a sort of a brief hiatus because we're moving, or at least 2 of us
Yeah.
are moving. So
We're
I am
moving.
not moving yet.
soon we'll be moving, and we'll be don't have to extol our personal lives,
Adjusting.
but we have a house
Yeah.
anyway, which I'm very excited
Pretty
about.
exciting.
Nothing can hurt me, mug. All right, thank you,
Mike.
mug. Thank
Thank
you
you for
so
putting
much.
up with our zaniness.
We're off the walls today, but thank you so much for watching. Thank you. We'll hopefully see you next time. Stay happy, stay safe, stay queer. Stay what, Vika?
Stay.
Stay.
Just stay.
Don't move.
Stay. Okay, go.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.